When we're talking about personal and professional leadership, we really need to focus on the personal side, because after all, we can't expect to be professional leaders until we're personal leaders and we've taken charge of the things that we do in our personal lives. And one of the great ways that we can actually compare the two is through aviation. As a corporate pilot, one of the most important things is being the pilot in command, taking charge. Because after all, even in an emergency situation, we have all sorts of resources. We have air traffic control, we might have other pilots, we might have our own professional experience, but in the end, it's up to us to bring that plane back down safely, regardless of what the situation is. And in a way, it's the same thing in our personal lives. We have to take charge. It doesn't make a difference what actually happens. When we answer the question, do events control you or do you control events? We have to be the ones that control events. And even in those situations where we can't actually control the event, we certainly are in charge of our reaction to it. Now, one of the ways in aviation as a memory reminder is through the use of mnemonics, whether it's ABCs or other letters. These are reminders so that no matter what actually happens, we know what to do right away. And ABCs can also work for personal leadership. And we're going to actually talk about that. For instance, in an emergency situation, and we're going to use this here now with personal leadership, the ABCs are, for A is airspeed, and what we'll call this actual speed. What speed do you actually want to accomplish your particular goals? It has to be the right speed. If you're going too fast, you'll miss things. If you're going too slow, you'll miss opportunities. It has to be the right speed. Just like an aircraft has to always be at the right speed, even in an emergency situation, same thing with our personal leadership. The next is B, and B really means best place. In an emergency situation, and actually all the time, we're always looking for the best place to put the plane down, the best place for us to go in any particular situation. In aviation, there's a old adage that if you make the goal of aviation is to always land the plane safely. If you land at your desired destination, well, then that's a bonus. Same thing with our personal leadership. We always have to know where we're going. Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat, always said, you know, if you don't know where you're going, then any road will actually get you there. You have to know where you're going, and you have to be specific. The more specific, the better. The next is C, and C really means checklist. Hopefully, with your personal goals and your personal leadership, you've actually made a list that you can refer to and then go back to whenever you need to. And that's incredibly important. You can't actually do it without that. Our memory tends to play tricks on us, and then we miss important things, and we certainly don't want to miss important things. And finally, the other C, and I'll call this ABC squared, because the second C, while always a part of aviation, isn't part of the technical checklist, is communicate. Have you talked with other people about it? Have you written it down? Have you, the more people you've actually communicated this with, the more people will keep you on track. All these are important in personal leadership. And with personal leadership will come better professional leadership. So in the end, the key to better personal leadership, ABC squared, speed, best place, checklist, communicate. Those are the keys for better goals and better realization of those goals. And I wish you all luck in doing all of that.